Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this presentation of Boston University men's ice hockey here on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman today, and ladies and gentlemen, you're lucky because you just get me for everything. I'll be doing play-by-play and color today for this matchup between the Boston University Terriers and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. Terriers are sitting at 10th and 11th in the seeding nationally, depending on what rankings you hold as being the most important. This is the last regular season game for the Terriers. They were supposed to play on Thursday. That game did get canceled. Supposed to be against UNH. Would have been the final home game of the regular season, this game being played in Lowell. Riverhawks lining up Andre Lee, Reed Stefansson, and Zach Kaiser. First line, Matt Brown, Connor Sodergren, captain, alongside fellow captain Charlie Levesque. Then Austin O'Rourke, Josh Latta, and Sam Knoblach. Then Nick Armstrong Kincaid, Lucas Condota, and Brian Chambers are the fourth line. John McDonald and Seth Barton, the starting defensive pair, with Anthony Baxter and Chase Blackman as the second pair. Merrick Kornick and Nolan Sawchuk are the third pair, and the Riverhawks going with an extra defenseman today. That's Ben Meehan, the freshman. Starting goaltender is going to be freshman Henry Welsh today. Freshman out of Lakeville, Minnesota, has played 9 games this year with a 4-4 record, .277 goals against, .895 save percentage. No goalie been all that impressive this year for the Riverhawks. Game should be starting in just a few minutes here. Terriers today lining up their normal front line. Logan Cockrell, Jay O'Brien, and Robert Mastersimone. Then Luke Tuck, Wilmer Skoog, and Dylan Peterson, followed by Jake Wise, Nick Zabane, and Marcus Boguslavsky. Then Jamie Armstrong, Sam Stevens, and Matthew Corsia, the fourth line. Defensemen will be David Ferentz and Alex Vlasic. Dominic Fensori, Thomas Jarman will be the second pairing, and Joseph Campolito with Case McCarthy as the third. Cade Weber will be the seventh defenseman today. Drew Comesso starting in goal for the Terriers. 6-1 on the year with a .275 goals against and a .923 save percentage. He's been the best storyline so far for the Terriers. Few keys to the game for today. UMass Lowell, 52.3% in the faceoff dot so far this year. Terriers, on the other hand, are 43.8%. If UMass can dominate in the faceoff dot and dominate possession, it's going to make it very difficult for the Terriers to get goals in the net and on the scoreboard. For the Terriers, it's going to be special teams all day long. Terriers are just 14.8% on the power play. However, their penalty killing is 85.5%. But the bigger story here is UMass Lowell, a dismal 73.1% on the penalty kill. Terriers should look to take advantage of that weak penalty killing this year from the Riverhawks. See if they can turn the game in their favor. Terriers should be able to get out of this game with a win. UMass is 7-8-0 this season. Terriers, of course, 10-3-0 headed, or sorry, excuse me, 10-3. And if you're a Boston University fan, unfortunately, the men's basketball season has come to an end. They just lost to Colgate 77-69 as the faceoff is won by the Terriers. That's Skoog on the faceoff win to open up the game. Controlled behind the net by Vlasic. He's hit on by Sodergren, who controls. Sodergren wheels it back around, picked up in the corner by the Terriers, now behind the net, fought for by Vlasic and McCarthy. McCarthy gets shut off by Sodergren along the boards. That one finds its way up to the point. Shot on there from Blackman. That one saved easily by Comesso. Good job by the freshman goaltender there. Good, well positioned. Just 33 seconds into this game here. Face off to the left of Comesso, won by the Terriers. Jarman controls off the face off. He's looking for Ferentz. Ferentz tries to shove it along the half wall. That one gets blocked back in by the Riverhawks. Finds its way on Comesso, but he pushes it away easily. Now controlled up at the point, passed into the slot. Now shot from the face-off dot. Comesso saved it, but he went very deep into his own net there. Almost controlled the puck and pushed it in by himself. And this opening minute has been dominated by the Riverhawks, despite the two face-off wins from the Terriers. Face-off to the left of Comesso again. Comesso second in the Hockey East this year in save percentage. Of course, having missed a full month of the season. Terriers win the face-off, managed to clear it up into the neutral zone. Chased on there by Wise. Wise fights for it. Good forechecking by the Terriers. Picked up now by Zabane. Gets hit a little bit. Now passed back along the boards by the Riverhawks. They control, get it into the neutral zone. Now picked up by the Terriers. Sent it along the other way. Now fought for in the neutral zone again. Picked up in the defensive zone by the Riverhawks. Shot up by Sawchuk. That one goes all the way down the ice. Picked up by Fensori, who will skate with it into the neutral zone. He hands it off to Zabane. Zabane breaks over the blue line, takes a shot on. Easy save there for Welsh. Fought for along the bottom corner. That one fished out by Anthony Baxter. Picked up in the corner by Zabane again. Now here come the Riverhawks the other way into the neutral zone. Pass towards the bench. That one bounces off indirect. Now picked up by Vlasic, skates with it behind his own net. He sends it up to Armstrong. Armstrong now sends it into the neutral zone. That puck gets intercepted by Blackman, who sends it all the way in behind the Terrier net. Vlasic with it now. He sends up an outlet pass just inside the blue line into the neutral zone. Armstrong chasing behind the goal line. Now that one's sent across the other corner, picked up by Ferentz on the pinch, shot on, rebound to Armstrong. He's unable to put it home. Good shot there from Sam Stevens. Now fought for along the half wall. Armstrong with it. Sorry, Peterson with it. He sends it further down. Looking for it now is Stevens. Picked up by Ferentz in the corner. Now Seth Barton with it. Barton spins around on Ferentz, tries to clear it out, but held in by Peterson. Now Ferentz with it in the corner. He sends it back along. That's picked up by the Riverhawks. Good hit by Tuck. Now here come the Riverhawks the other way into the neutral zone. Here's Zach Kaiser. Kaiser loses an edge, and that's the Terriers with the puck now behind their own net. They bring it up into the neutral zone. That one dumped in by Skoog. Now picked up by Sawchuk. Sawchuk sends it back up the ice. Now here come the Riverhawks. They try to dump it from way behind their own blue line. That one's picked up in the defensive zone by Fensori. Fensori with two men on and wheels it around over to Weber. Weber sends it up into the neutral zone. That one finds its way all the way down the ice for an icing. Master Simone unable to beat out the Riverhawk defender. We are just 3 minutes and 30 seconds into this first period. Some good early pressure from the Riverhawks. Weren't able to get it past freshman goaltender Drew Comesso. Face-off will be to the right of Comesso this time. Taken by Sodergren and Skoog. Sodergren will win it back over to his winger, who sends it further down. Fensori now with it behind the net. He sends it up to his forward. They try to dump it in. Master Simone chasing. They call a deflection, so no icing. Now Master Simone controls in the corner, gets knocked down multiple times. Now picked up along the half wall by McCarthy, who holds it in. Back to Master Simone, who tries to flick one on net from an awkward angle. That one gets blocked away. McCarthy chasing all the way back into his own zone. No icing. Sent up to Cockrell. Cockrell is senior captain, playing in his final regular season game for the Terriers. Picked up by the Riverhawks in their defensive zone. Here they come through the neutral zone. Good hit. Looked like that was from O'Brien. We'll get a whistle here. 15:41 remaining in the first period. Still no score. It was O'Brien with the hit. Chambers had gone down to a knee. No penalty. I didn't think there was anything dirty there. Zabane will take the face-off. Riverhawks will control. Nifty move there by Andre Lee. Now Terriers come the other way. That one gets dumped into the offensive zone, picked up by Korenchik. Third time's the charm. Here come the Terriers in the defensive zone. Bounced directly off of the half wall. Now picked up by Boguslavsky. Hands it back to Jarman, who dumps it down from just inside the red line. Now here comes Seth Barton, who tries to send up the outlet pass. That one deflects right at the opposite blue line. Now Armstrong with it in the defensive zone. He sends it back around. Fensori now with it. He sends it all the way up into the neutral zone. That one intercepted by the Riverhawks. They dump it back down. Picked up behind the net by Fensori. Fensori wheels it around. Stevens with it, waits, sends a pass up off the half wall, off the glass. That one picked up in the offensive zone by Andre Lee. He sends it back in. Now here come the Terriers the other way. That's Armstrong. He elects to dump and go for a change. Good hit behind the play there by the Terriers. Now here come the Riverhawks the other way. Intercepted by Skoog. Hands it off to his defenseman. A little D-to-D pass there. Now here come the Terriers. They cross the blue line. That's Vlasic with it. Vlasic chasing, waiting, tries to get a backhander on net. Does. Good save there by Welsh. Terriers control at the blue line. Here's McCarthy with it. McCarthy skating up. Fights off his defender. Tries to pass it out in front. And Welsh will cover. 13:52 remaining in the first period. Some good offensive pressure in that last 30 seconds by the Terriers. Good job by McCarthy to hold it in at the blue line. And we'll take a break. 13:52 remaining. No score between the Terriers and the Riverhawks. See you in a few. And we're back with Boston University Terriers hockey on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman. Little correction for you. It is not Henry Welsh in net for the Riverhawks. It is Owen Savory, the junior from Cambridge, Ontario. He's played 6 games this year. He's 3-3 with a 3.53 and an 8.29. Those numbers down based off of his career numbers. Riverhawks control in the offensive zone, pass into the middle of the ice, shot on, saved by Comesso. Will get a delayed penalty here on the Terriers. That was a shot by Matt Brown from the slot. And I think we're going to see a penalty on Cade Weber. He's going to get called for interference as the left winger on that little 3-on-2 breakout was trying to get on the net. Excuse me, it'll be Skoog with the penalty. Based off the replay, it looked like Weber was going to get an interference on his defensive play. Skoog getting the penalty here. 13-18 in the first period. Face-off won by the Riverhawks, controlled at the point by Blackman. Blackman sends one on, rebound, multiple shots. Comesso stands pat, manages to keep it out of the net. He'll get a face-off just 6 seconds into the power play. Good job by Comesso to get his head around the Riverhawks standing in front of him. That was Brian Chambers, the sophomore from Weymouth. Face-off won by the Riverhawks. They send it back up to the point. That's Ben Meehan with it. He sends it down to the face-off dot. Now up to Blackman at the point, to Meehan, to Blackman. Blackman at the point, sends it down to the face-off dot. Shot on net, saved by Comesso. That one cleared out by the Terrier penalty killers. Good job by them. A minute and a half remaining on the power play. Here come the Riverhawks the other way. This is Blackman. Blackman sends it up to his left. Now at the blue line. This one dumped in, picked up by the Terriers, but won by the Riverhawks along the half wall. Now it's controlled up at the point. Sent up to Blackman in the middle of the point. He looks for a man, sends it to the top of the faceoff dot. That one handed off to Stefansson. Stefansson with it, waits, holds, gives it to Blackman. Now Stefansson, shot on, saved by Comesso, picked up off the rebound by Meehan, who sends it to Blackman. Blackman over to slap shot from the point by Blackman. That one blocked away. Good job by the penalty killers for the Terriers, and they clear it all the way down the ice. Here come the Riverhawks the other way into the neutral zone. Vlasic takes it in the corner. He's fought by multiple Riverhawks who managed to get it all the way back up to the point. That one controlled by Seth Barton. Barton skates with it. Now sends it into the middle of the ice. Shot on. I don't think that one ever found its way on net. Vlasic pursues in the corner. Now McCarthy in the far corner tries to get there. All 4 Terriers now fighting for the puck. 2 of them back, 2 of them fighting for it. That's Stevens and McCarthy fighting for it with Levesque and Sodergren. Looks like Brown might be in the scrum as well. Tough to tell. This one's cleared out, and the penalty kill is over. Good job by the Terriers. McCarthy sends it up off the half wall glass into the neutral zone, picked up in the defensive zone by Sawchuk for the Riverhawks. Now into the neutral zone, it's Peterson. Peterson trying to fight for it. It's Skoog. Skoog has it. He breaks into the blue line. Cross ice pass to Tuck, who takes a shot on. Glove save by Savory. We'll get a face-off with 10:46 remaining in the first period. Face-off won in the defensive zone by the Riverhawks. Korenchik has it. Now picked up by Ferentz in the defensive zone. Hands it off to Fensori. Fensori dumps it in. Cockrell waits. That's Campolito. Campolito fighting for it below the goal line. Now Campolito hustles to try and get back. That puck is moving. Picked up by the Terriers. Looks like that is Boguslavsky, who hands it off to Campolito. Now to Ference by his own faceoff dot. Ference sends it up the ice to Boguslavsky. Cutting, shoots. That one's saved by Savory. Ference with it at the point. He sends it along. Ference now gloves it down in the neutral zone. Boguslavsky chasing. I think that earlier shot might have been Master Simone. Now here comes Zabane the other way, fighting for it. Has Boguslavsky in the slot, unable to get the pass on. Zabane still controlling, wheels it around behind the net into the corner. Now picked up by the Riverhawks. They could have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. That one blocked down by Jarman and cleared into the neutral zone. Now fought in front of the penalty boxes. This one finds its way all the way down behind the Riverhawk net. Good forechecking there. Looks like from Wise. Puck finds its way all the way back behind the net. We'll get an icing. That one touched up by Fensori. Him and Jarman will go off for a change. Indeed, was Master Simone earlier. Master Simone coming off of an impressive 3-point game in which Coach Albie O'Connell said that he probably could have had 5 or 6. Stevens unable to secure the faceoff. That one got tied up and picked up by the Riverhawk winger. Now it's in the neutral zone, finds its way all the way back down and out of play, it looks like. Master Simone last game, goal and 2 assists. And a good win. We'll take a break. 9:03 remaining in the first period. Terriers nothing, UMass Lowell nothing. And we're back with Boston University Terriers hockey on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman bringing you the broadcast today from my dorm room in Massachusetts. Face-off, one in the neutral zone by UMass, but it's controlled in the defensive zone by the Terriers. Here's Cockrell with it, skating up the ice. Nifty little move by him, gets shut off and picked up by Stefansson. That one sends its way all the way up the ice. Riverhawks trying to control, but they can't. That's McCarthy with it behind the net. He hands it off into the corner to a teammate. Now that one held in at the blue line by the Riverhawks, who send it in deep, picked up by Vlasic behind the net. Here's Vlasic coming the other way. Has it in the neutral zone, sends it along the ice to Cockrell. Cockrell loses the puck. Now it's picked up by Ference in the neutral zone. Ference trying to go 1-on-5. And the Terriers will get called for an offsides or a hand pass, one of the two. Face-off coming nevertheless. 8:16 remaining in the first period. Skoog, Boguslavsky, and Master Simone. Not really sure what the call was here. Oh, it might be too many men on the Terriers. That's exactly what we're going to get. Terriers back on the penalty kill. Weber, Boguslavsky, Jarman, and Master Simone will be the 4. Connor Sodergren, Lucas Condotta, John McDonald. Jake Wise will serve the penalty for the Terriers. Seth Barton and Charlie Levesque are the 5 for the Riverhawks. Face-off won and controlled by the Riverhawks. Shot on from the point. That one deflects wide. Picked up in the corner by Levesque. Levesque up to the point. He sends it over to Barton, who sends a shot on. That one never made it. Picked up behind the net. Now playing pitch and catch out by the face-off dot. Shot on from just above the face-off dot. Rebound picked up by Condotta. Up to the point. One-timer from above the face-off circle. Saved by Comesso. He's looked strong all season long. Tonight, no exception. This afternoon, no exception, I should say. Great one-time shot there from John McDonald, the junior from Livonia, Michigan. 12 games this year, just 4 assists, no goals. Face-off won by the Riverhawks, handled there by Meehan. Meehan sends it down low. Meehan trying to create traffic, and they score! Slap shot by Chase Blackman to the point, from the point, after the action from Ben Meehan to charge the net and create traffic. The Riverhawks score on the power play. UMass Lowell leads 1-0. Get the replay here. Great pass from just above the goal line by Reed Stefansson to find the wide open Blackman. Now Riverhawks control off of the face-off. Terriers now have it in the defensive zone. Here they come the other way into the zone. That's Fensori. Fensori sends it up. Campolito sends it up to Cockrell. Cockrell gets tripped down. O'Brien there on the forecheck. Now the Riverhawks with it. Cockrell steals it in the neutral zone, hands it off to Master Simone. Master Simone tries to get a shot on. That one goes wide, picked up by Fensori along the half wall. That one fished out by the Riverhawks. Good job by Campolito to stop what would have been a 1-on-0 break. Good physical play by him. Now here's Fensori with it. Fensori looks into the neutral zone, tries to feed it up to Tuck, who hands it off to O'Brien, who takes a high hit and takes his head down. He'll skate all the way back down the ice and off onto the bench. Ferentz now with it. He hands it off to Jarman behind the net. Now the Riverhawks have it. They skate with it. That one's sent along to the far point. Shot on. That one never made it. Good job by Peterson to chase. Now picked up behind the net by the Riverhawks. Intercepted by Tuck. He'll come the other way. He sends it up to Peterson with it. Has a man in the middle of the ice wide open, but couldn't get the pass through. That was Wilmer Skoog. And here come the Riverhawks the other way on a 2-on-1. Nothing will come of that. They tried a one-time shot blocked away by Peterson. He's had a great shift here. 5:45 remaining in this first period. This puck gets sent down behind the Riverhawk net. Here comes UMass Lowell the other way. They send it all the way down the ice. That one will get touched up for an icing by Vlasic. 5:37 remaining in the first period. Face off to the left of Owen Savory. Lost by Tuck, but controlled by Wise. Now Tuck dives for it. This one picked up directly in front of the net by Stefansson. Dangerous play. Almost loses it in the corner. Manages to feed it all the way up and out. That one's slapped by Vlasic, picked up by Wise. Now he hands it off to Jarman. Hit at the blue line by the Riverhawks. Not sure who got hit there. They'll control in the corner. Looks like it was Zabane who got hit. Now Boguslavsky hands it over to Zabane. Back to Boguslavsky. Over to McCarthy. McCarthy fighting for it. Picked up in the slot. Good defensive play by Vlasic to knock it away. Terriers controlling the defensive zone. Here they come the other way. This is Jake Wise. Wise missed a lot of time this year. He loses it. That one gets feathered along into the neutral zone. Now back into the Terrier defensive zone. Here they come the other way. Here's Fensori with it. He dekes around the defenseman. Now fought for in the corner, won by UMass Lowell. They break it out in front of their own net. Shot gets knocked off of the UMass Lowell defender, and a great turnaround shot. Looks like that was Stevens with it, and that one will be saved by Savory. Dangerous pass. As we get the replay from the power play goal, we will take a break with less than 5 minutes remaining in this first period. I'm Seth Hellman from WTBU Sports. Stick with us for the remainder of the period. And we're back with first period action here on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman. We've got a 1-0 game. UMass Lowell leads the Boston University Terriers. Face off in the Terrier offensive zone, won by UMass Lowell, but fought for by Corsia in the corner. Aggressive forechecking, gets the puck to Ferentz. He tries to get a shot on. That one blocked away by defensive positioning by Levesque. Here come the Riverhawks the other way, trying to create some offense. They have it in the offensive zone. 4:11 remaining in this first period. Armstrong gets shut off. He will draw the penalty, and Comesso will skate to the bench. Terriers will dump it in. That one's touched up with exactly 4 minutes remaining. I think we're going to get an elbowing call on the hit. Comesso's arm went up immediately after the hit was put on. Looks like hit to the head and neck area. And maybe the elbow came up a little bit. That call is going to be against Lucas Condotta, the junior alternate captain from Georgetown, Ontario. He's got 9 points in 15 games this year. Skoog to take the faceoff. Ferentz behind him with Fensori. Face-off popped up in the air. Stefansson on it. We're going to get a hand pass called, I believe. Looks like Cockrell, O'Brien, and Skoog are the forwards for the Terriers on this power play. Ferentz and Fensori. The referee is holding on to the linesman right now, having a discussion. The other referee comes over. Almost looks like the referee couldn't stand up on his own. So the puck bounces up off the face-off, and it looked like Skoog touched it with his hand. And then it bounced off, and the next touch in control looks like it was from the Terriers. So I think we're going to get a hand pass, but I don't know what exactly the call is. Oh, we're getting another penalty on UMass Lowell. Reed Stefansson making his way to the bench. We'll get a 5-on-3 for the Terriers. with 3:54 remaining. They'll get a full minute 52. Picked up by Fensori at the point. Slap shot off the pass from O'Brien at the faceoff dot. Cockrell with it. He sends it over to the faceoff dot. Over to O'Brien. Pass into his skates. Up to Ferentz at the point. Ferentz waiting with it. Now he and O'Brien change places. O'Brien sends it down to the faceoff dot. Ferentz tries to get a shot on. That one doesn't make it. Gets deflected wide. Fensori then loses the puck at the blue line. Now UMass controls, and they'll dump it down the ice. Ferentz picks it up. Minute 22 remaining on the power play. Here they come the other way. This is Ferentz. Ferentz sends it over to Cockrell on his right. Cockrell wheels it around up to Ferentz at the point. Ferentz skating with it down low to Cockrell. Cockrell wheels it back up. He takes it in the middle. Now over to Fensori. Ferentz right in the middle of the ice. Shot on. Saved by Savory. Fensori fights forward in the corner. Ferentz now picks it up. He has O'Brien. O'Brien one time. That shot scores. It goes in the net. I'm sorry. Tough to tell there. Goal by Jay O'Brien on the one-time pass from David Ferentz. And the two Star Terriers get Boston University on the board on the power play. Great pass by Ferentz. And the way the puck just immediately bounced out of the net, looked like it got saved. But it went through, and Jay O'Brien gets his 8th goal of the year for his 16th point in just 14 games. He's been quite the addition to the team. Now the Terriers continue on the power play for another 45 seconds. Controlled in the defensive zone by the Terriers. Now they fight forward in the corner with Kaiser. Here comes McCarthy the other way. He has Master Simone, elects to take it himself, though, and dump it in from just inside the red line. Master Simone fighting forward in the corner with Marek Korenchik. Now here come the Terriers. They set up the wheel. Shot on. That one deflects up and over the net. Controlled at the blue line. Great play by McCarthy to keep it in. The Riverhawks managed to clear. Then another good play by Master Simone to stop Lucas Condotta from controlling the puck. Power play over for the Terriers. They control the puck here, dumped in by Fensori. Now picked up in the defensive zone by junior John McDonald. Terriers try to hold it in the offensive zone, but are unable to, and they'll just dump it in from inside the red line. Now this one's sent along by the Riverhawks. They control in the offensive zone. And they score. I apologize. I looked away for a moment to check something on the roster. And Charlie Levesque, on a slap shot from the point, deflects it in. So a great pass by Andre Lee. And then a slap shot from the point gets deflected by senior captain Charlie Levesque in what is probably going to be his final career collegiate game. And with a minute 28 remaining in the period, just a minute or so after the Terriers evened up, UMass goes back up by 1, 2-1. Less than a minute and a half remaining. Face-off won by the Riverhawks in the neutral zone. This one dumped in from the red line by Vlasic, played behind the net by Savory, fought for by Stevens, but the Riverhawks will take it into the neutral zone. Pinched off there by the Terriers. Vlasic dumps it all the way back down, played by Savory. He sends it behind his own net. Now here come the Riverhawks the other way. Intercepted again in the neutral zone. Terriers will have to touch up and come back in. Stevens fighting forward on the forecheck alongside Corsia. Now here come the Riverhawks the other way on a 3-on-2. This one passed in the middle of the ice, deflected by Stevens, picked up by the Terriers. They dump it in from the red line. Cockrell flying out there on the forecheck, tries to fight for the puck. Now O'Brien steps onto the ice. Excuse me, that's not O'Brien. Doesn't have his jersey tucked in. Now fought for by the Riverhawks and lost. Looks like that was Abane who found his way in, not O'Brien earlier. Now Master Simone Riverhawks dump it in with less than 20 seconds left. Here's Vlasic. Now Ferentz with it. Ferentz sends it up along the ice. This one will go all the way down, played by Savory. 7, now 5 left. Terriers trying to fight for it in the defensive zone. Can't get it. Shot on at the buzzer. He scores! What a shot by Luke Tuck right at the buzzer to tie the game up. We'll get a review. Owen Savory pushes the puck indirect off of the backboards, and it goes directly out to Luke Tuck, who throws a wrister on net. Or excuse me, it was even better than that. It was a pass that was tried to get cleared up into the zone that Tuck knocked out of the air. So a pass by John McDonald, the junior defenseman for the Riverhawks, gets knocked down by Tuck, who manages to turn around and control it and shoot it. And it looks like that one will count. It's tough to tell from Tuck's reaction because it almost looks like he was disappointed. And it will count. There's 0.3 seconds being put on the clock. Neither team has left their bench. It's a 2-2 game. And the first period ends. Boston University Terriers 2, UMass Lowell 2. Terriers fighting from behind by 1 twice in the period. We'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes with second period action. I'm Seth Hellman for WTBU Sports. We'll see you in a bit. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Boston University Men's Hockey on WTBU Sports. I am Seth Hellman, and we have had quite the exciting game so far. The Terriers currently are tied with UMass Lowell 2-2 after going down 1-0, tying the game 2-1, and tying the game with 0.3 seconds left. Quite the job there by Luke Tuck on that goal, not only to knock the puck down out of the air, but to control it and get the wrister on net in time. About 45 seconds have elapsed in this second period action between the Terriers and the Riverhawks. Riverhawks win the faceoff in their offensive zone to the right of Comesso. Terriers are going left to right during this period. And the Riverhawks control in their offensive zone, picked off by the Terriers. That's Cockrell with it. Cockrell sends it up to O'Brien. O'Brien sends it across the ice. And I can't see because they give you an ad. All right, we're back. Fought for behind the net by Cockrell, but he loses it. The Riverhawks control, are bringing it back up the other way. Now O'Brien has it along the half wall. He touches it up, and we get a whistle. Looks like Peterson and so it looks like Stefansson got knocked into the Terrier bench. Not really sure what happened there, but we got a whistle. I imagine we're going to get a Terrier penalty as the puck was controlled by O'Brien when they blew the whistle. Master Simone absolutely lit up Stefansson and knocked him directly into the Terrier bench. No penalty, and nor should there have been. Oh, no, there was a penalty, and I don't think there should have been. Maybe there was a charging there or a roughing, but it was a great hit by Master Simone. Face-off won by the Riverhawks. They get a shot on, saved by Comesso. Failed clearing attempt by Weber. That one gets held in at the point. Now that's controlled by McDonald. McDonald, one-timer from the face-off dot, breaks his stick. Held in there by the Riverhawks. Shot on, saved by Comesso. That one cleared all the way down the ice. Good penalty killing from the Terriers. Stefansson saw the hit coming. It was face on face. The only thing they could have called was a charge or a roughing because of the nature of Stefansson ending up in the Terrier bench. Here come the Riverhawks the other way. They control. Shot from the high slot. That one's saved by Comesso through traffic. Here come the Terriers the other way. McCarthy with it. He passes it, over to Stevens, who shoots one on net. That one gets saved by Savory. Now the Riverhawks control, looking to set up a rush. Here they come. Lost in the defensive zone. Blackman just kind of whiffed on the puck there, but was able to recover it. Now he's in the neutral zone. He dumps it back behind him to his fellow defenseman, Sawchuk, who skates it in. Here's Stefansson with it. He sends it over. Now handed back to Stefansson. Shot from the high slot. That one misses. Contact between Comesso and a man out in front. No call. Now Stefansson hands it off. Fought for behind the net by the Riverhawks. One-timer from the face-off dot. That one deflects. Held in at the point. Now Lee with it. Over to Blackman. Now Blackman passes it off to Stefansson. Now back to Lee. Lee holds, shoots, saved by Comesso. This one picked up behind the net by the Riverhawks. And the power play has expired. Slap shot from just above the face-off circle, saved and frozen by Comesso. So another strong penalty kill by the Terriers. They're 1 for 3 now. This is the UMass Lowell power play is now 1 for 3 in this game. Terriers are 1 for 2 on the power play. The last regular season game for both of these teams. The hockey's tournament will be next week, with the play-in, Terriers should be securely out of that play-in. Icing called here. We'll get another face-off in the Terrier defensive zone. Terriers should be fighting between them and UMass Amherst as to who will be the number 2 seed. Terriers win today. They should have that locked up. BC squarely in the number 1 spot. Face-off won and controlled by Campolito. Campolito gets knocked flat on his butt. Awkward legs bending, but he pops right back up. Ference now has it behind the net. He waits with it, sends it up off glass. Master Simone looking for the puck now. Ference gets it again. We're 4 minutes into the second period action, still tied. Only sustained pressure has been from UMass just off of their power play. They dump it in behind the Terrier net. That one played by Jarman. Terriers can't quite get to the puck. That one slapped in from the point. Almost looked like that was a pass. Found its way onto Comesso, makes the easy save. Now the Riverhawks retreat back into their defensive zone. Passed up into the neutral zone, but Knoblach can't control. Now it's in the corner of the Riverhawks defensive zone, almost picked off by, I believe that was Peterson. Now this one's been dumped all the way to the Terrier zone, picked up by Fensori. He skates it behind the net and passes it out. Here come the Terriers in the neutral zone. They're 3-on-4. Great job by Skoog. Gets a shot. That one blocked in. Rebound, scores! Wilmer Skoog shoots it, bounces off of the Riverhawks defender, and Dominic Fensori is there to put her home. Terriers lead 3-2 with 14:59 remaining in the second period. Great job by Skoog to try to get the shot on, and an unbelievable hand-eye coordination from Dominic Fensori to recognize the puck bouncing off of the skate of the Riverhawk defender and having the wherewithal to put it on net in the perfect spot. Terriers lead for the first time today. Face-off won by the Riverhawks. They'll send it all the way down the ice. We'll get a whistle here. Face-off at center ice. That one won by the Riverhawks. They control in the neutral zone, then dump it in behind the Terrier net. Good job by McCarthy to play physically up against Andre Lee, the Los Angeles Kings prospect. This one picked up at the blue line by the Riverhawks. Lee getting attacked viciously by Vlasic. Good defense there. And the Terriers earn the puck. Here they come the other way. Boguslavsky hands it off. That one gets sent all the way behind the net to Zabane. Now Zabane skates with it, and he loses it. Now Wise tries to get to the puck, but the Riverhawks will dump it all the way down behind the Terrier net. And the Terriers will dump it back down the other way. This one will go for an icing with 13:57 remaining in the second period. Pretty even back and forth action today between the Terriers and the Riverhawks. Riverhawks have been able to get sustained pressure through their power plays. They win the faceoff in the defensive zone off the icing. Now Wise fights for it along the half wall. Now it's in the corner. Ference attacking, trying to get to the puck. He gets held off by O'Rourke. Shot on. That one deflects up and out of play. Get another face-off in the Terrier zone. Looked like Anthony Baxter. senior, that was Josh Latta, the sophomore, who took the shot. And we'll take a break. We'll be back in just a minute. Boston University Terriers now lead the UMass Lowell Riverhawks 3-2 in the second period. We'll be back in a minute. And we're back with Boston University hockey on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman. Terriers lead 3-2 off the recent goal from Dominic Fensori, his second goal of the year. Face-off won and controlled by the Terriers in their defensive zone coming out of the break. They will try to make a zone entry, but get called for an offsides. That's Stevens touching it up. Dominic Fensori getting his 7th point of the year. Second goal. He's played all 14 games for the Terriers. Face off in the neutral zone. Taken by Stevens. Tied up, fought for by Armstrong, but he's unable to get his stick on the puck. Now Corsia gets to it. We'll get a whistle. Face off in the neutral zone again. This one might be at center ice. Looks like the puck might have deflected up and out of play. Condota will take the face off for the Riverhawks, alternate captain. He's got Armstrong Kincaid on his left wing, the freshman. Face off controlled by the Terriers. Not sure who really won that one. That one's sent on in by O'Brien. O'Brien chases in the corner, tries to lay the hit on, pulls up at the last second. Cockrell now sends it further in deep, pursued by Master Simone. Master Simone getting the nod to play on the first line with Max Kaufman sitting out today's game. Vlasic pursues, will get a whistle. Referee's arm is up. I believe we will just get an icing here. David Ferentz playing in his 10th game of the season, 9th game of the season, after missing some time in January and February. Ferentz controls it in the defensive zone following the offensive zone faceoff. That puck gets sent along, played behind the net by Savory. Dangerous play there, but controlled by his defenseman. Riverhawks try to come the other way. They're playing 2-on-4 right now in the offensive zone. That one intercepted by Jarman behind the net. Now here come the Terriers. That pass gets intercepted, sent out in front of the net, but Andre Lee unable to put it on. Now Skoog passes it up to Tuck, who sends it across the ice to Peterson. Peterson unable to play the puck cleanly. We get a whistle. Referee taking some flack from the UMass Lowell bench. I can only imagine that means that a Riverhawk is going to make his way into the penalty box. Bit of a stalemate between the benches here as they try to figure out what lines they're putting out. Kaiser, McDonald, Stefanson. Imagine there should be at least one more for the Riverhawks. Faceoff is in their defensive zone, and we will have a Terrier power play. Josh Latta, the sophomore from West Vancouver, makes his way into the box. Terriers had a 5-on-3 earlier. They win the faceoff. Back to Ference, over to Fensori, back to Ference at the point. He hands it off to Cockrell. Cockrell looking for O'Brien. O'Brien passes back to Cockrell. One-timer from the slot. That one saved, bounces all the way back out to Cockrell. Cockrell waits with it outside the faceoff dot. Now he wheels it up to O'Brien. O'Brien back down to Cockrell. Cockrell to the point to Ference. Ference skates with it over by the faceoff dot, sends it across to Fensori. Fensori waits with it, hands it over to Cockrell in the close dot. Cockrell takes the wrist shot. That one deflects up high. Now over to O'Brien, to Cockrell at the faceoff dot. Now up to Ference at the point. Ference waits with it, holds, hands it off to O'Brien. O'Brien peels around. He waits, looks for it, up to Ference. Ference skates with that at the point, over to Fensori. Fensori back to Ference. Ference over to Cockrell. Cockrell to O'Brien. Shot on. Saved by Savory. We'll get a face-off with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining on the power play. 10:59 remaining in the second period. Face-off taken by Condota and Master Simone. Master Simone loses to Condota, and the Riverhawks will clear it all the way down the ice. That one played behind the net by Comesso. Now Vlasic with it. Sends it over to McCarthy. McCarthy tries to send it across to Master Simone. He hands it off to Peterson in the neutral zone. Now back to Vlasic in the defensive zone. Vlasic waits with it up to Peterson. Peterson breaks into the offensive zone, holds, looks for a man, falls to a knee, gives it to McCarthy, who sends it around the boards to Tuck. Tuck waits with it. He gets pressured up to the point to Vlasic, who fakes the slap shot. Now McCarthy with it. Back over to Vlasic. Vlasic sends it along low. One-timer from the faceoff dot, deflects wide. Now Tuck with it. McCarthy at the point sends it back down to Tuck over by the faceoff circle. Master Simone one-hands one to the other side of the net for the one-time opportunity that gets saved by Savory. A little bit of extracurriculars going on after the play. That was not sure. It was Peterson who got the shot on, but a great deflected backhand one-hand pass from Master Simone to even get the opportunity going. And then after the play, Peterson gets cross-checked in the back and into the net. Now Skoog back out on the ice with O'Brien and Cockrell. That one back to Cockrell. The Vlasic shot on. That one saved. Picked up by the Riverhawks. They try to clear it out, and puck just trickles past the blue line. Now that one's sent back up the ice by the Terriers into the Riverhawks zone. That penalty has expired. So now both teams are 1 for 3 on the power play in today's game. Shot taken, goes wide, picked up by Cockrell. Ference with it behind his own net now. Gets hit by the Riverhawks, who send it out in front. That one deflects wide. Now sent back up the ice by Cockrell. Picked up in the defensive zone by Anthony Baxter. Baxter sends it up the ice. Here come the Riverhawks the other way into the middle of the ice. Good defensive play there by the Terriers. Zabane chasing at the point. Rebound. And Comesso somehow gets the right pad on the bouncing puck. There was about 3 feet of open net on the close side to the camera. And somehow Comesso manages to close the door and make the save. What a job by him. We'll take a break with just less than 10 minutes remaining in the period here on WTBU Sports. Terriers lead 3-2. We'll be back in a minute. And we're back with Boston University Terriers hockey on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman bringing you the broadcast today. Terriers currently lead 3-2 with 9 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second period. Faceoff will be taken to the right side of freshman goaltender Drew Comesso, who's looked strong today despite the 2 goals given up. Face-off won and controlled by the Terriers. They bring it up into the neutral zone, chased on by Boguslavsky and Zabane. Zabane almost was able to pick it up. He came flying into the zone. Now Wise fighting for it. This one makes its way behind the Terrier net, picked up there by Campolito. He's got Weber next to him. Now that one picked up by the Riverhawks. They fight for it along the half wall. 2 players fell flat. That was Weber and a Riverhawk in front of the net. They get back up easily. That puck trickles out into the neutral zone, picked up by the Riverhawks, who dumped it at the red line. That picked up by Weber now in the defensive zone. Campolito with it. He sends it back along the boards to Weber, who waits with it. He backhands it over to Corsia. Corsia tries to send it over to Campolito, but it hits off of Weber. Campolito controls, sends it up and out into the neutral zone. Here come the Riverhawks the other way. This one controlled by Sawchuk. Sawchuk sends it in. Now fought for behind the net by the Riverhawks. They'll control in the corner up to the point. Over to Meehan. Meehan takes a shot on from the point through traffic. Comesso never saw it. I don't know that it ever got to him. That one deflects behind the net now and into the neutral zone. Zabane chasing, Corsia chasing. Corsia with the 1-on-0. That one, diving play by Meehan to deflect it away before Corsia could really get a quality opportunity on. Terriers control in the defensive zone. That one sent all the way up through, now played by Meehan in the defensive zone. Almost picked up by Stevens. That would have been a good opportunity. Riverhawks control. They get it into the neutral zone. Now Terriers will chase. That's McCarthy fighting for it. No icing. Latta takes a dive behind the net, and we'll get a high sticking call against the Riverhawks. Terriers will find themselves on the power play for the 4th time today. Of course, that first power play was 2 penalties in 1. Latta will find his way into the box for a high stick on Case McCarthy. Pretty clear high sticking there. He's complaining in the box currently, but he whacked McCarthy under the cage with the meat of his stick. Face-off won by Skoog, but cleared out by the Riverhawks. This one finds its way all the way down the ice. It's picked up by Fensori. Fensori skates with it, tries to get past Stefansson. He loses the puck at the blue line. That one dumped back down by the Riverhawks. 6 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the second period. Terriers still maintaining a 1-goal lead. This one dumped in, but blocked down by the Riverhawks. They'll try to get a 3-on-2 opportunity here. Shot on, saved by Comesso. Generates a rebound, but it's behind the net, so a good rebound. Now fought for by Kendata. Now shot on shorthanded, multiple shorthanded opportunities here for the Riverhawks. O'Brien controls, hands it off to Fensori. Terriers will try to create a rush here, see if they can get some offensive opportunities on the power play. They lose the puck again in the neutral zone, but Ferentz picks it up with a minute left. Now sent up to Skoog, who hands it off to his defenseman, hands it off to O'Brien, who hands it back to Skoog. Skoog trying to find Cockrell. That one deflects to McCarthy. He tries to get a shot on, but too many bodies were in front of him. Riverhawks will clear it just into the defensive zone. Now Vlasic carries it behind his own net, trying to create the rush with just 33 remaining on the power play. Peterson fighting forward in the corner. Now hit by Tuck. McCarthy comes all the way down to try and get in on the action here. 20 seconds remaining, and the Riverhawks were clear again. Riverhawks are going to end up with more shots on the penalty kill than the Terriers will have on this power play with just 10 seconds remaining, unless the Terriers somehow are able to get a couple of shots on shot by Tuck. That one's saved by Savory. He tries to cover it, but it bounces behind his own net, and the kill is up. This one cleared all the way down the ice and called for an icing with 5:03 remaining in the second period. Vlasic turning his head in disappointment of the effort put together there by the Terriers on the power play. Face-off won by Zabane. Back to Campolito, who sends it down to Wise behind the net. Wise skating with it. He reverses direction, loses the puck, picked up by the Riverhawks. They'll find it in the neutral zone. And arm up for offsides, and it will get called with 4:45 remaining in the third period. And we'll take a break. 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the second period. Boston University Terriers lead 3-2. Be back in a moment. And we are back with Boston University Terriers hockey here on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman, bringing you this radio broadcast. Sam Knoblach will take the faceoff against Zabane. Zabane will win it. He's got Boguslavsky on his right side. Puck sent down into the defensive zone and played by Wise. Now fought for by Wise and Zabane in the corner. Now taken by the Riverhawks into the neutral zone. 4:20 remaining in the second period. Now fought for in the defensive zone behind the net, picked up by Zabane. He'll skate it into the neutral zone and dump it into the Riverhawks zone. Fought for in the corner now by the Terriers. Zabane takes a spill. Boguslavsky manages to wheel it out, and Weber pinches. Puck finds its way into the middle of the ice, but there's no one there for the Terriers, so they will regroup. This one shot on, trying to make a long pass. Just couldn't get to Stevens. The Riverhawks are fighting for it. They have it, and they will send it up off glass, but it just stays in the neutral zone. The Terriers bring it into their own zone now, and here they come the other way, dumped in from just inside the red line, chased by Armstrong, but there's two Riverhawks there, so he won't get the puck. Stevens now on the forecheck alongside Corsia. And this puck sent all the way down the ice for an icing by the Terriers. Some solid action so far in this Hockey East tilt. This will be the end of the regular season for both of these teams. The Terriers will finish having played 14 games. UMass Lowell will finish having played 16 games. Terriers had a game canceled against UNH that was supposed to be played on Thursday. Would have been the Terriers' final home game of the season, of the regular season. Terriers will have at least one home game in the upcoming playoffs. Face-off won by the Riverhawks, controlled behind the net. Now here's Corsia fighting for it, held in at the point by the Riverhawks. That shot goes all the way wide. Now fought for in the corner by the Riverhawks. McCarthy there defensively. Diving play by Corsia disrupts it just enough to not allow for an opportunity. He takes a slap shot from just inside the blue line to dump it in and knocks the defender's stick right out of his hands. Riverhawks control in their offensive zone right at the blue line. Aggressive play there by Cockrell, almost able to force it out of the zone. Now Vlasic pushing along the half wall. That one's sent up to the point. Good defensive play here by the Terriers. And Comesso reaches way up to catch that one and create a face-off. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the second period. Terriers leading late here, 3-2 off the strength of the goal from Dominic Fensori. Fensori, Tuck, and O'Brien, the goal scorers for the Terriers today. Face-off won by the Riverhawks. That shot on. Don't know that it ever really got there. Now here come the Terriers the other way. They dump it in from just inside the red line. Chased now. Picked up behind the net by the Riverhawks. O'Brien viciously attacking with his stick, unable to create anything from it. We are inside of 2 minutes now remaining in the second period. Fought for in the corner, close corner by the Riverhawks. Now fake shot from the point, passed down to the faceoff dot, shot on, saved by Comesso. A little bit of late contact there between Master Simone and I believe Brian Chambers. Comesso 18 saves on 20 shots tonight. Freshman goaltender has been strong all year long, missed over a month, dating from January to February, but he's back in the lineup now. Terriers are very happy to have him back. Shot on, saved by Comesso. That isn't, of course, to take away from the outstanding play during Comesso's break by Vinny Duplessis. The fellow freshman had a 1.66 goals against average in 5 games, a .939 save percentage. Absolutely outstanding play by Duplessis to step up. Play controlled by the Riverhawks in their offensive zone. That shot goes all the way wide with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the second period. Played behind the net by the Riverhawks. That is Sodergren with it. Shot from the point, saved by Comesso through traffic. It's one thing he's been very sharp with today is being able to make saves through traffic. The first goal he gave up had traffic. Hasn't really struggled with traffic other than that one goal. In his first start last weekend, Comesso looked good, and after the game, Coach Albie O'Connell said that he looked poised. It's great to see from Comesso after taking such a long time off from the game for undisclosed reasons. Face off to Comesso's left. That's won by the Riverhawks. Shot on, blocked away. Good job by Vlasic with the defensive positioning. Now controlled in the Riverhawks defensive zone, intercepted by Ferentz. That one will get whistled for an offsides. He tried to get in just a little bit too early before his teammates could jump back onside. 44.6 seconds remaining in this second period. Ferentz jumps over the boards with his left hand up to the sky as if he was confused. Pretty clear offsides there. I didn't think it was as gray as maybe he thought it was. Face-off's been taken. Couldn't tell you who won it, though, because the camera is not on the game. Now we're back here. Face-off controlled by the Riverhawks in their defensive zone. They pass it up the other way. Terriers intercept by Master Simone. He holds it in at the blue line, tries to get a shot on. That one deflects off a defenseman wide. Master Simone holds the guy off on the half wall. Just less than 20 seconds remaining now in the period. Riverhawks trying multiple times, and they finally successfully clear it out of the zone. Vlasic will take it behind his own net. Terriers should be careful and try to avoid what happened to the Riverhawks at the end of last period. As time now expires, Terriers with the lone goal in the period, Dominic Fensori from Wilmer Skoog. We'll take a 15-minute break here in between periods on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman. Boston University Terriers lead the UMass Lowell Riverhawks 3-2. We'll see you soon. Hello and welcome back to Boston University Men's Hockey on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman, bringing you the broadcast today. Terriers lead 3-2 here in the third period. We're about 30 seconds in. Terriers have not controlled the puck much to start off this first 30 seconds, but nothing important has really happened. I apologize for being a little bit late here. Case McCarthy sends the puck down, picked up behind the net by the Riverhawks. Terriers going right to left tonight. This afternoon in this period. Shot on and saved by Comesso. 19:06 remaining in this third period early. Both teams with one special teams goal tonight. Terriers with two even strength goals, had the 5-on-3 at one point. And they win the faceoff in their defensive zone, cleared all the way up the ice to Cockrell. Cockrell tries to feather one out in front, but loses the puck. He was looking for O'Brien. This puck gets sent all the way down the ice into the Terrier defensive zone. Jarman gets almost slew-footed there. Now picked up in the neutral zone by the Terriers. Here they come the other way. Shut off by all four defensemen that were back, four defensive players that were back. Now picked up by Zabane in the neutral zone. He'll skate across the blue line. Terriers called for an offside. Guess Wise got a little bit too excited there. From my angle, it looked like he was onside, but linesman made the different call. We might be getting a too many men penalty here on, well, if they're going to give it to one team, they might as well give it to both. Both teams had 6 players, but they will address it to the Terriers. Jay O'Brien will serve the penalty. Play 5-on-4 hockey, 18:24 remaining in this third period. Face-off controlled by the Riverhawks. Shot from the point. Juicy rebound saved by Comesso. Comesso gave up a massive rebound. The entire net was wide open. He flails and gets the blocker on it with his back to the shot. That might be a save of the year candidate. Puck controlled in the offensive zone by the Riverhawks. Up at the point, it's Blackman with it. Sent down to the faceoff dot, back up to the point to Blackman. He fakes a shot, sends it over to the close faceoff dot. Now skated out in front, shot on, blocked down by the bodies in front. That one cleared by the Terriers. Back into the neutral zone and all the way into the offensive zone are the Riverhawks. They wait with it, send it back around the end boards. Now picked up at the point, sent back on and back around the end boards to the other side. Puck gets sent all the way back down and cleared by the Terriers. 47 seconds remaining on the power play. Here come the Riverhawks the other way. They try to pass it out in front, and they score. 3-on-2 rush on the power play for the Riverhawks. Pass comes from below the goal line into the middle, deflects, and then gets put home by Lucas Kandata, the junior from Georgetown, Ontario, alternate captain. Kandata should get the primary assist. It looks like it was actually put home by senior captain Charlie Levesque. Levesque in his final regular season collegiate game. What is probably going to be, I'm not sure what the standings are right now. I imagine he doesn't have too many more home games left in him. Here come the Terriers in the neutral zone. We're tied at 3. Following the Levesque power play goal, puck squirts out to center ice. This one controlled in the corner by the Terriers. They try to send it along the end boards. Pick it up at the point. That's Campolito with it, who holds it in. Great second effort to keep it in. That one bounces indirect off the end board, shot on by the Terriers, saved by Savory. Now Zabane fighting forward in the corner. Good forechecking by Wise. Now Master Simone finds his way onto the ice. Riverhawks bring it into the offensive zone. Picked up by O'Brien, who feathers it along to Cockrell. Cockrell playing in his final regular season game. Now Campolito up to Cockrell, who sends it back to Ference. Ference waits with it behind the net. He holds. Looks for a man. He sends it up into the neutral zone. That one gets all the way down the ice, but Cockrell's the first man there, so no icing. And Cockrell gets tripped up behind the net, no call. Picked up in the defensive zone by Weber, who feeds it off to Campolito, who sends it up into the neutral zone. That one gets slapped all the way in on net, saved by Savory. Now Tuck on the forecheck will pursue. 5 minutes have elapsed in the third period. Now played behind the net by the Riverhawks. Shut off along the wall there by Weber, who gets out of positioning, allowing for a wraparound attempt, but that one shut down by Comesso. Puck dumped in to the offensive zone of the Terriers. That one gets deflected up and out of play. We'll get a face-off with 14:39 remaining in this third period. We're tied at 3. Riverhawks control, get a shot on. That one's saved by Comesso. 14:24 remaining in the third period. Two goals tonight and 6 on the season for senior captain Charlie Levesque. He's putting out a great showing in what will be his final regular season home game. Face off won by Wilmer Skoog into the corner. Deflects all the way up into the neutral zone. Here comes Peterson on the breakaway. We're going to get a penalty, or at least we should here. Armstrong, or I believe that was Peterson. It was tough to tell. Apologize. The camera work isn't perfect here, and 3s and 2s will blend. It was Peterson who got a stick up into the hands, tried to get a shot on. I guess we're getting an offsides call because a faceoff is getting taken in the Terrier zone and it's even strength. And if that's an offsides call, that is a very delayed offsides call, considering that Peterson was able to get all the way in onto the net and make the play. Face-off won by the Terriers, who dump it down the ice. It's controlled there by the Riverhawks. Now it stays in the defensive zone. They try to get it into the neutral zone. Good job by Peterson to shut off play at the blue line. That puck gets sent all the way down to the Terrier defensive zone. UMass Lowell is 180, 28, and 10 under their current head coach, Norm Bazin, when they score 3 or more goals. It's going to take at least 4 for them to win this one. And the Terriers are certainly the superior team, though it's been pretty even talent tonight. Riverhawks control the puck in the offensive zone. That one gets thrown out in front, and a shot attempt gets deflected around. And the puck ends up behind the net, controlled by the Terriers. That pass finds its way into the neutral zone. We're going to get a whistle here. And a penalty for interference going against the Riverhawks. Lucas Condata finding his way into the penalty box. Junior alternate captain. We've said his name a bit tonight. And we'll take a break. Terriers will come back on the man advantage. We're now tied 3-3 in third period action. I'm Seth Hellman for WTBU Sports. We'll see you in a few. And we're back here with third period action between the Boston University Terriers and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. We're tied at 3 goals apiece. Lucas Condata is in the box right now for interference. Terriers get 2 minutes of power play time. They win the faceoff back to Ferentz, to Cockrell, to Ferentz at the point. Ferentz waits with it, shoots it through traffic. That one finds its way on net, but saved by Savory. Puck controlled along the half wall, now skated into the corner by Cockrell. He flips it up to Ferentz at the point, who sends it along to Fensori. Now back up to Ferentz at the point. He sends it along the point to Cockrell, who sends it over to the faceoff dot to O'Brien. O'Brien wheels it into the middle of the ice. He fakes a drop off to Ferentz, then loses the puck to the Riverhawks defensive player, who clears it out of the zone, but just past the neutral zone. Now here come the Terriers the other way. It's Fensori with it. He takes a shot on. He's already got a goal tonight. That one deflects and is cleared out by the Riverhawks. Comesso plays it, hands it off to Ferentz, who dumps it behind the net to O'Brien. O'Brien skating now. Almost enters the neutral zone, but decides to dump the puck back to Ferentz. Ferentz enters the offensive zone, cuts it over to Cockrell. Cockrell backhanded along the boards to O'Brien. Now Skoog intercepts it over to Cockrell again, now up to the point. To Vlasic, over to Ferentz. Now back to Vlasic at the point. Vlasic over to O'Brien, one-timer, saved by Savory. That one kicks out to Vlasic at the point, down to Ferentz. Across to Cockrell. Cockrell goes up to the point of Vlasic, down to Ferentz for the one-timer. He tries to send the pass along. That one couldn't connect. Skoog plays it behind the net. Now Ferentz with it, back down to Skoog in the corner. Skoog back up to Ferentz. Ferentz waits with it at the face-off dot. Point to Vlasic. Shot on, saved by Savory. Rebound chance out in front, and cleared by the Riverhawks with 7 seconds remaining on the power play. Terriers make a quick entry with Cockrell. Cockrell waits, shoots, fires, saved by Savory. Penalty time expires. 11:02 remaining in the third period. Terriers unable to connect. Mentioned earlier, special teams going to be the story of tonight. Terriers with 85% on the penalty kill coming in and just 14.8% on the power play coming in. UMass Lowell was 14.9% on the power play and a significantly worse 73% on the penalty kill. Thought the Terriers might be able to take advantage of that. They haven't been able to do that much. Corsia feathers one out in front. Good shot there, saved by Savory. Here come the Riverhawks the other way. Good job by Campolito to head that one off. He hands it off to McCarthy behind the net, who gets fought by a forechecker. Now puck controlled in the neutral zone by the Riverhawks. They dump it into the offensive zone. That's picked up by the Terriers. Here come the Riverhawks the other way. make a clean entry, try to pass it out in front. That one's picked up by the Terriers. They lose the puck again, but then intercept the Riverhawks pass, then lose the puck again at the blue line. This one gets dumped in behind, played by Fensori. Fensori gets hit directly into the boards, and for a second looked like he was going to stay down, but popped right back up. That shot on gets gloved down through traffic by Comesso, and he'll freeze. We have 9 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in this third period. It's a tie game. UMass Lowell 3, Boston University 3. We'll be back in a minute. And we're back with third period action here between the Boston University Terriers and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. We've got a tie game with 9:54 remaining in the third period. Face-off won by the Riverhawks, but controlled by the Terriers in the neutral zone. Master Simone fighting for it. This one picked up, though, by the Riverhawks coming the other direction. They make a clean entry. Now it's fought for in the corner by Cockrell, who clears it out, but it gets picked up at the point by the Riverhawks. They take a shot. That one goes wide. Slap shot from just outside the face-off dot. Either didn't make it or got saved by Comesso. Now this one gets cleared out into the neutral zone, picked up by the Riverhawks there. They come back the other way. Good fight there by the Terrier forwards. Looks like that's O'Brien. Slap shot blocked down by Master Simone, and he stays down. He's making his way immediately to the bench, holding his left quad almost in the groin area, and he just fell over when he got there. That is a concerning sign for the Terriers. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a stinger. Riverhawks control the puck and send it up into the neutral zone. That one gets dumped in on Comesso, who hands it off to McCarthy. McCarthy now sends it behind the net to Jarman, who tries to clear it up and out into the neutral zone, which he does so successfully. Now picked up by Jarman again behind the net as the Riverhawks dump it back into the zone. Now he sends it up to the half wall. Now here come the Terriers the other way, looking for some pressure that they haven't been able to sustain in this third period. Riverhawks control again. They take it into the neutral zone. Now they cross over the blue line. This puck goes around the end boards, picked up behind the net, slap shot on from point blank range, saved by Comesso. Comesso may have given up 3 goals in this one, but he's certainly keeping the Terriers even. 8:11 remaining in the third period. Terriers sit at 10th or 11th ranked in the country, depending on what leaderboard you look at. Terriers are 10-3 coming into this game. UMass Lowell is 7-8. All of those games coming in Hockey East this season. No team really playing outside of their conference. Skoog wins the faceoff in the defensive zone. That puck gets cleared up the ice, but then sent back into the Terrier defensive zone. That's Ference over to Vlasic, who sends it up the ice. That one deflects off of a player, stays in the defensive zone of the Riverhawks, and they slap it back down the ice. That's played by Ference. Ference hands it off to Peterson in the defensive zone. Peterson now breaks into the neutral zone, across the red line, tries to feather it over the blue line, and does, but loses possession at the same time, picked up behind the net by the Riverhawks. And here they come the other way. They take a shot on. That one goes wide. That was a good play by Matt Brown. Now picked up by the Terriers. They send it the other way. Picked up in the defensive zone by Marek Karenchik. Now here comes Matt Brown again. Brown trying to deke in between a few defenders, but he loses the puck. Terriers controlling the defensive zone. That's Weber. Weber sends it up along the boards. That one deflects off a player and is picked up in front of his own net by the Riverhawks. They send it all the way down, played behind the net by Comesso. And that puck finds its way into the defensive zone of the Riverhawks. They try to get a shot on. That one deflects off the side of the net. Now it's picked up. Master Simone makes his way back onto the ice. So that's a good sign for Terriers as he blocked a shot on his last shift and immediately left the ice. I guess he just got a bit of a Charlie horse situation there. Controlled in the offensive zone along the point by the Riverhawks. They try to send a shot on. That one goes wide. Picked up now by Vlasic, who sends it along to Master Simone. Gets knocked down, gets right back up. Corsia on the forecheck now. Lots of pitch and catch between these two teams. Riverhawks certainly getting more of the chances. They've got the one goal in this period. 6 minutes remaining now. Corsia chasing the long pass that originated from the defensive zone. This one gets deflected all the way back down and played by Comesso. Now Zabane has it. He feathers it into the neutral zone, picked up now and carried into the defensive zone of the Riverhawks. Now Blackman takes it into the neutral zone. He gets knocked down. There's a Terrier coach with his hands directly up in the air. I'm not sure who that was. Now the Riverhawks break into the offensive zone. Good play by Jarman to keep them out on the outside and not let them break into the slot. Now Tuck takes it into the neutral zone. He breaks into the offensive zone with speed, tries to bounce around the defender, loses the puck, had Skoog on his right. Now the Riverhawks control it in the neutral zone. They'll dump it in from just inside the red line and go off for a change. Here's Ferentz coming the other way. Ferentz avoids the forechecker, sends it up to Peterson. Peterson skates with it, shot on, saved by Savory. Rebound goes behind the net. Tuck takes it in the corner. He gets shut off by Sodergren. Now here come the Riverhawks the other way. It's 3-on-4. They try to feather one through, but it's blocked down by Skoog. Slap shot on. Don't know that made it on net. Riverhawk player takes a tumble. Another one dives to put one out in front, but no one there to put it home. This one squeaks all the way back down to the Riverhawk defensive zone. They dump it in from the red line. Now picked up by McCarthy. McCarthy sends it back down to Fensori. Fensori waiting with it. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the third period. He hands it off to Cockrell on his left. Cockrell tries to get a shot on. That one deflects up and out of play. We'll get our first stoppage in a while. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in this third period. I imagine we'll get a break soon. And we'll get that break now. 4 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the third period. Boston University Terriers 3, UMass Lowell Riverhawks also 3. We'll be back in a few. And we are back here with third period action between the UMass Lowell Riverhawks and the Boston University Terriers. Wednesday, March 10th marks the start of the play-in for the Hockey East tournament. Riverhawks will be participating in that. Terriers will be squarely outside of that. Depends on where, though. Will it be at 2 or 3? The outcome of this game could determine that. Puck controlled in the defensive zone by the Riverhawks. They send it all the way down into the offensive zone. That one's picked up in front of the net by O'Brien. He wheels it off the end boards. Picked up at the point by the Riverhawks. They try to send one in. That one gets deflected away. Might have been saved by Comesso. Now the Riverhawks control in the neutral zone. Feel like I'm a broken record. Neutral zone, neutral zone, neutral zone. Now played behind the net by Comesso. He almost loses the puck to the Riverhawks forechecker. It's played in the neutral zone by the Riverhawks. They send it along down. Got a whistle of some kind. Wouldn't be surprised to see it too many. Oh, there is a Terrier player down. I saw the hit behind the play originally. Tough to tell who made the hit, but it's definitely a Terrier that's down in the defensive zone corner. I'd like to get some level of a replay here. Albie O'Connell asking for an explanation here as to what just happened. That hit did occur in kind of the coach's blind spot. Sure, it was tough to see for him. Or if he did see it, I'm sure he's not happy about it. Referees are reviewing the play. And they are no longer reviewing the play. They're skating out. We're going to get a replay here. It looks like it's Fensori who got blindsided by Charlie Levesque and knocked into the boards. Fensori appears to have gotten up under his own power. Levesque came up from behind him and hit him on the shoulder. Fensori twisted and went back of his head first into the boards in the defensive zone corner. I can understand why there wouldn't be a call there, as Fensori had just half a second earlier released the puck to dump it. Face-off won by the Riverhawks. Shot on, saved by Comesso. This one cleared all the way into the neutral zone, down to the defensive zone. Aggressive play by Savory to knock it out. Peterson almost had a breakaway there. We're getting a whistle and a face-off in the Terrier offensive zone. Two minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the third period. Skoog, Peterson, and Tuck, the forwards for the Terriers. UMass Lowell has won 37 of the 59 faceoffs in today's game. Make that 37 of 60. Terriers win the faceoff, but UMass Lowell controls. Puck goes all the way down to Vlasic behind the Terrier net. He sends it up along the glass. That one bounces into the neutral zone, gets deflected, and is picked up behind the net by John McDonald. He makes the entry pass. Shot on, saved by Comesso. That was Stefansson with the shot there. Puck weasels its way out into the neutral zone and is dumped in by the Riverhawks, played behind the net by Comesso. Now here comes McCarthy into the neutral zone across the red line. He feathers it through. That one finds its way on net. Minute 55 remaining and a saved by Savory. We'll get a face-off. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this third period. Important for the Terriers to get some good offensive pressure here. Feel like they've gotten outplayed a little bit this period. Master Simone on the faceoff. He tries to go for the intentional loss and jump around. Someone lost a glove. Looks like it was a Riverhawk player. Puck played at the point by the Riverhawks. They take a slap shot. That one never found its way on net. Now played into the neutral zone. Riverhawks control. They dump it in. Now picked up in the corner by the Terriers. They try to clear it out. Now sent behind the red line and into the Terriers zone. Either deflected or was touched on the other side of the red line. No icing. Now picked up by the Riverhawks in the neutral zone. Minute 5 remaining in the third period. Armstrong Kincaid controls it. He sends it back up towards the point. Now the Terriers try to create a breakout. They dump it in from the red line. That was Corsia. Now Corsia backs off on the forecheck. You don't see that one too often from him. He's usually very aggressive on the forecheck. Now here come the Riverhawks the other way. They dump it in. 40 seconds remaining in the third period. Now this one's sent down the ice, picked up by the Riverhawks. They take a shot on from the high slot. I don't know that that one ever made it to Comesso. 22 seconds remaining in the third period. Puck sent down behind the Terrier net, picked up by Ferentz. Ferentz looking to create one last rush. Now Jarman with it. 10 seconds remaining. He tries to dump it out. That one just barely clears the blue line before it gets caught. 5 seconds remaining. And we will go to overtime. So the Terriers go down 1-0, tie the game. Go down 2-0, tie the game with 0.3 seconds remaining in the first period. Then come out in the second, mostly dominate play, get a great goal from Dominic Fensori. And in the third period, the momentum shifts. The Riverhawks control the play. And all of a sudden, it's a tie game off of a great 3-on-2 opportunity and a good deflection in the middle of the ice that allowed for the goal to be scored by Charlie Levesque, who put 2 goals in the net tonight for the Riverhawks. And all of a sudden, we've got overtime in UMass Lowell versus the Terriers, game being played in Lowell. Teams are just taking a quick little breather before getting back out onto the ice. Terriers need to win some more face-offs. Still waiting for the start of overtime here.
Oh, apparently, from what I saw,
And puck dropped here in overtime. Face-off controlled by the Terriers. I'm being informed by my sources that now that this game has gone the overtime, the Terriers will have clinched the number 2 seed in the upcoming Hockey East tournament. Vlasic controls the puck in the offensive zone. He gets shut down behind the Riverhawk net. He's still aggressively fighting for the puck and now sprints to get back on defense. He goes off for a change. McCarthy jumps on in his stead. Riverhawks control in their defensive zone. Now picked up by Condata. Relaxed action here from the Riverhawks. Shot on, saved by Comesso. Condata with it again. He's looking for a man. He skates it behind the net. Hands it off to Blackman, who gets it across to the faceoff dot to Condata. Condata tries to go across the ice to McDonald. McDonald up to Blackman at the point. Blackman holds. Now Meehan steps onto the ice, looks for a man, holds, tries to pass into the middle of the ice. That pass picked off. Here comes Cockrell the other way. He's got O'Brien on his left. He holds, spins it around, now sends it down behind that to Fensori. Excuse me, it was Fensori, not O'Brien. Now Master Simone steps onto the ice. That puck gets sent across. Now held behind the net by the Riverhawks. 3:13 remaining in overtime. Now here come the Riverhawks the other way. They're into the neutral zone. Now they break over the blue line in the offensive zone. That one's dumped off. Looking for a shot. That one goes all the way over to the half wall. Played by Master Simone. Here we go. Skating hard is Master Simone, looking for a man. He tries to toe drag, shot on, saved by Savory. 2:48 remaining in the third period. The Riverhawks come the other way, but good defensive play by Master Simone to steal the puck in the neutral zone. Now here come the Terriers. Vlasic or Weber hands it off to Master Simone. Master Simone shot on, saved by Savory. Now picked up by Ferentz. Ferentz dangles with it. Tries to hand it off to his teammate, but he goes off for a change. Now the Riverhawks control. Held behind the net by Charlie Levesque. Here come the Riverhawks. 2:13 remaining into the neutral zone. Now they enter the offensive zone. Wheeled around the face-off circle. Now sent across the ice to the other face-off circle. Controlled at the point. He spins it around into the neutral zone. Looks like that's Sodergren with it. Now Sodergren hands it back off. Picked up at the point by Stefansson. Held in the offensive zone. Shot on, saved by Comesso. We'll get a face-off with 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining in overtime. No team really dominating possession in any way. I feel like the Riverhawks might have controlled the puck more, but they're not necessarily getting great shots on. Minute 46 remaining. Both teams on their feet as they usually are for much of the game. Face-off won by the Terriers. Now taken all the way down to the offensive zone. Here's McCarthy with it. He spins around, holds it at the blue line, tries to dump it off, almost loses the puck, but Skoog is right there to clean it up. That one sent back to McCarthy in the defensive zone. McCarthy skates with the neutral zone, hands it off to Skoog. Skoog dekes into the middle of the neutral zone. Skoog hands it off to McCarthy. McCarthy waits with it. He backhands one that deflects off of a Riverhawk player. Now Skoog within the defensive zone over to McCarthy. McCarthy turns the puck over. Skoog tries to make a hit. They cut out in front. That shot gets saved by Comesso, and the net gets knocked off of its moorings. It was a good little opportunity there for Lucas Condata. Face-off taken to the left of Comesso. Face-off controlled by the Riverhawks, who have it at the point. Minute remaining in overtime. They play the three-man wheel around. Vlasic playing defensively. This shot on backhand saved by Comesso. 50 seconds remaining in overtime. Turns around, shot on. That's just a pass. Now shot there, saved by Comesso. High right shoulder. Face-off with 42 seconds left. Reed Stefansson with a great opportunity there. Unable to put that one home, however. And face-off won by the Terriers in the defensive zone. Ference sends it back behind the net. Now Terriers control again behind the net. They're just skating with it. It's Ference. Ference tries to get into the neutral zone. Good defensive play there by the Riverhawks to steal the puck. They get a shot on, saved by Comesso. 17 seconds remaining in overtime. Riverhawks still control. Good play by Boguslavsky. Now here comes Ference with Boguslavsky. Boguslavsky, 1-0, shoots, saved by Savory with 3 seconds remaining, and time runs out on overtime. We have no winner. Boguslavsky with an unbelievable opportunity on the give and go from David Ference, and he just tried to send a wrist shot 5-hole on Savory, who makes the save. Coach is strategizing now as we've reached the end of 65 minutes of hockey, tied 3-3. Terriers had to come back twice in this game from 1-goal deficits. UMass Lowell coming back from 1-goal deficit in the third period where it mattered most. Shootout Round One. Never gotten to call one of these before, ladies and gentlemen, so this is exciting for me. Wait to see who the first shooter is. Savory clears the ice away from his net. The snow, I should call it. Getting a wonderful shot of the hair sticking out of the back of his helmet here. Not sure what more of a delay we need here. I imagine they're just cleaning off of a lane in the middle of the ice. It looks like Wilmer Skoog is going to take the first shot for the Terriers. He's just skating around on the ice right now as he waits to get the go-ahead, and here he goes. Skoog steps to the far side, handles, Deeks backhand, shoots, scores! Wilmer Skoog with a hesitation on the forehand, moves to the backhand and puts it home high. Absolutely faking out Savory. Terriers take the early 1-0 lead. He's got a big smile on his face as he heads back. Now this is Sam Knoblach. He skates in slow, takes a wrist shot on, no move there, saved by Comesso. Didn't really do much. Tried to go high glove side, not even a save by Comesso, just went about 4 feet wide of the net. Alternate captain David Ference steps up. Here he goes. Serpentine route for Ference. He skates. Forehand, backhand, forehand, scores! Couple small little moves from David Ference. Goes forehand to the backhand, back to the forehand. Little Mighty Ducks triple deke. Puts it along the ice and gets it past the right skate of Owen Savory. And now Comesso has a chance to win it in the shootout with a save. This is Charlie Levesque. Levesque goes for the backhand. He scores. Senior captain Charlie Levesque with 2 goals in regulation and now the goal to extend the shootout. Just dekes to the forehand and a simple backhand shot gets it under the blocker of Comesso. Here comes the third shot for the Terriers. Shot on, saved by Savory. Looks like that was O'Brien. Never really got a clear look at who it was. It was O'Brien, and O'Brien didn't really do a move, kind of head faked on the, as if he was going to go backhand, skated left to right across the goal mouth and shot a forehand on. Easy save for Savory. And now for the win for the Terriers and for the tie is Andre Lee. Takes a serpentine route, fakes forehand, goes for the backhand, and puts it home past the glove side of Comesso, extending the shootout to a round 4. Andre Lee from Karlstad, Sweden, just barely squeaks it past the glove side of Comesso. And the Terriers all of a sudden find themselves in an interesting situation. Here comes Robert Mastro Simoni. He waits, slow route, fakes the forehand, dirty toe drag on the backhand and scores. No emotion on his face on that one. He came in slow, and right as he got past the faceoff dot, took the stick and put it up on the toe, pulled it back, and put it home on the backhand. Great move by Robert Master Simoni. And now Reed Stefansson has a chance to tie it. He goes off his skate, forehand, saved by Drew Comesso. And the Boston University Terriers will end the season on a win in the shootout against the University of Massachusetts Lowell Riverhawks. Robert Master Simoni for the second straight game is the hero, with a 3-goal game last weekend, and now today with the game-winning goal in the shootout. Final score, Boston University Terriers 4, UMass Lowell Riverhawks 3. Goals from Dominic Fensori, Jay O'Brien, and Luke Tuck put the Terriers ahead in this one. And that should squarely put them at the number 2 seed for the upcoming Hockey East tournament. There will definitely be coverage of the tournament here on WTBU Sports. I'm Seth Hellman. Thank you for joining me on today's broadcast. Certainly a fun one. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe, everybody.